Hello, hi, it is I, your weaponsmith. I did a thing. I'm cool. Anyways, uh, gonna try and make this one as quick as possible. Gonna go over the grenade launchers that are relevant that you can acquire at current, special grenade launchers, to be more specific. They have three roles. Add clear. These are mostly your wave frame style grenade launchers. You shoot them and they go along the ground. Kill a whole bunch of ads at one time. Really good at that, like the red bars. Utility. Um, this could be your breach loading style grenades, with disorient grenades or different debuffs that you can get from perks. And then yellow bar burst damage, mountaintop for obvious reasons, and your breach loaded grenade launchers also apply in this situation. Woo, movie magic. Alright, so mountaintop. You get this from doing the Into the Light stuffs, which means it's really easy to acquire. It's acquirable right now. All of the Into the Light weapons, the Brave weapon set, have the origin trait that if you get a kill with a light subclass, you get 5% grenade energy. Dark subclass, same thing, but melee energy instead. Um, Mountaintop is a breach grenade launcher. The difference, the thing that makes it special is its micro missile frame. Basically, it shoots its grenades in a straight line, they don't go anywhere, and it deals reduced self damage to you, as well as allowing you to boost yourself around. So you can like shoot on the ground and it'll like boop you up in the air and so on and so forth for cool tech. So this already has utility down pat as it adds movement. It's also easier to use than other grenade launchers. In the fourth column, there's a lot of perks here, but there's only two that matter in my opinion. Vorpal to help you with that yellow bar chunk damage, and recombination to really blow up those yellow bars. If you don't know, Vorpal weapon on special weapons gives you an extra 15% damage increase, and recombination is you get up to 100% damage increase by getting elemental final blows. Um, yeah, that's about it. Other traits are good here, so if you get other ones, don't feel bad. Adrenaline Junkie, 33% damage increase. One for all, hit three different targets, you get 35% damage increase for 30 seconds. Harmony, you get a kill with a different weapon. Swap to this weapon, you get 20% damage increase. Frenzy, 15% damage increase, and it maxes out reload speed. So solid in DPS situations. But if you ask me, the answer here is just recombination. Because, or portable. And because of that, in the third column, the only thing I care about is auto-loading holster, which means that in casual play, you use your primary that's in your energy slot, you swap to this thing, you blow something up, and you swap back, and it reloads itself. And the same thing would apply with Vorpal, you just don't have to build up stacks. Now, there are other ways to build this. You can build this as more of an add clear weapon with lead from gold and one for all, or lead from gold and frenzy, which also, in my opinion, let it double as a DPS weapon. But then you have to keep it out for DPS. Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do with this gun. Spike grenades are nowhere near as important as they used to be, as they basically increase your total damage by like 2 or 3% now. Um, so sticky grenades could be useful for utility, as you can just shoot it on the ground, which is nice. And I don't think this is available on most other um, breach grenade launchers. Spike grenades, obviously, for more damage, even though I just told you it doesn't give you that much more damage. Um, yeah, I just wanted to go over those because they are unique. Um, where are you? This is S tier. This has all the utility. You can use it for add clear if you wanted to, and it also is really good at yellow bar chunk damage. Easy S tier. Easy. Okay, Tusk of the Boar. You get this from Iron Banner. It is Strand. It is a wave frame grenade launcher, which means you shoot and then it makes a little wave on the ground that deals damage to a bunch of different ads. Because of that and the fact it has chain reaction, this is already one of the best grenade launchers in the game. You also have um, Deconstruct, which is very unique. If you land 3 hits in any way, shape, or form, you will be refunded your ammo for free every time, which means you can have an unlimited ammo grenade launcher. That's already good. Add in the utility of Slice, and you're cooking with gas. This is an easy A tier. I will come back to this at the end. There's a chance that this is a um, S tier, to be honest, but I don't want to fill up S tier off rip. We'll come back to it. I don't really think there's much more that needs to be said here, to be honest. There's a bunch of other traits here, but really you're just looking for a slice in this column because nothing else really competes. Um, and then chain reaction or deconstruct, and you use field tested for its free reload speed by dealing damage. New Pacific Epitaph, you get this from doing Ghosts of the Deep. It is stasis. Um, its origin trait is not super effective, but basically, if you get a finisher or if you revive a teammate, then you'll get a free reload. Yeah, you get a free reload. Um, Honestly, I've used a bunch of different traits on this thing. Redirection is key in my opinion. You use this against a whole bunch of little guys, and then it'll give you more damage on the big guys for the free. And then in your third column, you go lead from goal for ammo economy. You go demolitionist for generating um, grenade ammo, or you go unrelenting for added clear. Again, this is pretty good. Um, if you notice, I'm going through the wave frames faster. I think it's mainly just because they're kind of set in stone. They do one thing. They do one thing really good, and that's add clear. And you just want to feed into that and give yourself forms of utility. So, New Pacific Epitaph, B tier, B tier, maybe A tier. We'll come back to it. Pretty good though. Pretty good. Kinetic is a lightweight frame, so it's a breach. Just shoot once, reload. It's a regular grenade launcher. It has Vanguard's Vindication, Stun, and Recovery. Neither one of these are used often, and field tested. Nice. Um, in the fourth column, you have Frenzy, which presumably is the hey, I want to use this as a DPS weapon trait, which is a no for me, but whatever. Danger Zone basically gives you mountaintops stuff, but in perk form, which makes it not as good. Under over is good for shields, but am I using this versus a shield? Probably not. Swashbuckler, interesting. One for all, also interesting. Autoload holster, really good, but I think it's in the wrong slot. In the third column, we have slideways. So you can shoot, slide, shoot again. Then you have to wait the 3-second cooldown. Ambitious Assassin, you get 1 kill, you reload, you got 2 bullets now. Nice. Grave Robber goes really well with Swashbuckler. You have Lead from Gold for ammo economy. Thresh, no. Well rounded also, no. Yeah, I think this is a bit of a disappointment. Most grenade launchers have been. Um, it does have blinding, which is nice. Okay, if I was looking at this objectively, what do I think this like is the most unique and good for? Slideways is unique, and under over. This is probably what I would go for. Slideways under over, because you don't get under over on grenade launchers often, which would make it a good utility pick to break shields if you have a way to give this anti-barrier. Slideways gives you utility to reload at will, even with the 3-second cooldown. Um, yeah, we use this, which just shows you how bad I think this gun is. Malicious Birthright is D tier. Is bad. Lingering Dread. You get it from doing the Duality Dungeon. It is Stasis. It is a breach single shot grenade launcher. Its reload. Its reload speed. Its origin trait is basically just reload speed per damage that you take. If you take enough damage, every 20 damage you get a stack. You max out at 5 stacks. Bunch of reload speed. It only works for one reload, which is the problem, which makes it not as good in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure you gotta have the gun out while you're taking this damage. It's very specific. I don't think it's very good. Now, um, Chill Club. This is what makes this gun unique. I don't think that you can get this gun and not use Chill Club, in my opinion. Um, I do like Steady Hand. I do have Steady Hand on this. It's gonna be hard to get kills with this thing if you're using the role that I recommend, which would be disoriented grenades. But I do think this is unique. Although the best one is probably auto-loading holster. This is the role. This is the role that I think everybody's chasing. This is really good utility, like very, very good utility. This is an easy A tier. Um, you get this from doing Desert Eternity. It is our first craftable weapon. It is kinetic. It is a breach single shot grenade launcher. The origin trait gives you handling if you receive damage and then swap to it. Yeah, nah, not really good for this gun. Now, the third column has auto loading, which automatically makes this a viable TPS rotation weapon. Um, there's nothing else in the third column I would recommend, to be honest. Um, maybe Ambitious Assassin, but that's about it. And then in the fourth column, you can get Vorpal to help you deal a bunch of damage to yellow bars, just the chunk damage, which is nice. Is there anything else that's worth our time? In my opinion, no. So, basically, this is what I would go with, which means I would use spike grenades or disorient grenades for utility. And again, you can pick this because it is craftable. This is an easy B tier. It does the job. It has the archetype, but it's not as unique or cool as Mountaintop. And it's basically just doing what Mountaintop does more, with slightly more utility. But Mountaintop just does way more damage. Salvo. Um, you get this from grabbing it from the kiosk. Now it was a formal ritual weapon. It is arc. It is a special weapon, a single shot grenade launcher, and it has chain reaction. It is really fucking good simply for that. Demo, which is good for the ad clear. Not ad, yeah, it's good. It goes good in combination with the ad clear to give you grenade energy, and then throwing a grenade to double up on shots. And then Ambitious Assassin also goes well with chain reaction because if you get enough kills, you need a bunch of them. You can get, you need 10, 12 kills. Yeah, that's not realistic, but you can get 3 in the magazine at one time, which is nice. This is an easy S tier. I think it's hard to argue with this as a ad clear option. It's the best ad clear option. That's not a wave frame. Still really solid. All right. Empty vessel. You get this from doing strikes and ranking up Zavala. It is solar, it's special, and it is a single shot waveframe grenade launcher. Because it comes from Zavala, you get Vanguard's Vindication, which is ass, and you get field tested, which is actually pretty good. You could also get multiple traits at one time because it comes from Zavala, which is another interesting aspect, in my opinion. Um, Again, you can go try and throw disorienting grenades, autoload a holster, and Vorpal. That is just always going to be good on a grenade launcher. You deal more damage to yellow bars. You get the utility of anything that doesn't die will be blinded, and you can auto load the weapon, right? So all that's good. Um, you could go more utility with disruption break to increase damage of your kinetic weapon. If you do go that route, then I recommend swapping off disorienting grenades and going spike nades for more damage and use a disruption break as your utility. You gotta have some sort of balance there, in my opinion. Um, I don't think I recommend this gun as an ad clear weapon, just because you can just use a wave frame. It'll make your life just so much easier. Um, and it doesn't have any traits that help it with boss damage well enough to be worth it, in my opinion. So solid. This is a pretty easy B tier. Do I think it's better than Barnard Dust? No, because Barnard Dust is craftable. It's damn near the same role. Explosive personality, it is craftable. You got it from Season of the Risen. It's not really a thing you can do anymore. Now you get it from doing the Presage mission when it is the weekly legendary rotator. It is solar and it is a wave frame grenade launcher. One of the best origin traits in the game and one of the first ones that came out, I think. Um, per kill, you get extra resilience and damage resistance from PvE combatants. Stacks up to 3 times. 5% damage reduction per and 10% resilience per. That's just good. Just DR is always good. In this final column, the first thing that points out to me is unrelenting. You don't die. That's nice. Um, then the next one is probably one for all, just for more ad clear. Um, Golden Tricorn sounds good, but I think One for All does the same thing with less thought. Um, Disruption Break is great in PvE, in PvP, but for PvE, I think Empty Vessel kind of does this better. In this third column trait, it has auto loading, which is really good. You could go stats for all, one for all, hit all those people, get all those stats to help you reload faster, keep shooting it out. That's nice. Um, Genesis is interesting if you wanted to pair it with Disruption Break in PvP, because it does work in PvP. Um, yeah, it has a good couple of different things to work with here. I like it. This is a tier, and I would say it's slightly below Lingering Dread. Forbearance. Um, you get this from Vow the Disciple. It's craftable. Special Waveframe Arc. Soul Drinker. Based on the number of hits that you deal when you reload, you will give yourself health. Um, Goaded. This is probably the best origin trait in the game, to be honest. Um, has chain reaction. Um, Not much more needs to be said here. I don't think there's another trait that matters in this fourth column. And then you have Ambitious Assassin for the average person. You have to kill a bunch of people, but there's a chance for you to put 3 in the magazine. You can also go Unrelenting, although I think Soul Drinker kind of covers that for you. So, um, Stats for All would be the next trait. This is like the GOAT um, weapon, to be honest. This is like the GOAT. Everybody loves this thing. I think I can't put it any lower than S tier, to be honest. And it's above Salvo. Um, it's probably better than Mountaintop, but it's really close. The only issue with this thing is it's hard to get, but we'll get back to that later. Wilder Flight. You get it from Spire of the Watcher dungeon. It is a double fire grenade launcher. Every time you shoot, it shoots 2 grenades instead of the one. It is void. It has text ballot stock. If you land hipfire hits, then you'll give yourself 20% reload speed handling in a 0.90x reload duration multiplier. You just reload faster. That's what it means. Now the GOAT trait combination here is the same. Disorienting, auto-loading, Vorpal, Spike could also be good here. Goated. This is the one. This is the one you want. Now, a close, consistent second, in my opinion, would be with Frenzy, because Frenzy gives you the same amount and it'll help you in a DPS situation if you run out of ammo everywhere else. This thing is great in damage rotations. It has so much more base damage that even if you ran 3 surges with the same like build on another grenade launcher, its base damage is so much better that you can run 3 surges of something else and still not touch this thing's damage. So really, really good for damage rotations. I'm also really, really good at deleting a specific thing if you can get both of those grenades to hit one target. So just that's a range issue. So yeah, hard to say this thing is less than A tier, to be completely honest with you. Although it is more niche than the other two, so I would recommend a low A tier. Progenital Return, craftable. Get it from Season of Defiance. You can still get it before Into the Light ends. The final shape before the final shape begins. Arc. It is a single shot um, breach grenade launcher. I never use this thing. It's supposed to give you 30 handling and 30 reload speed, but I never really figured out how to make this shit work. So I don't even know, to be honest with you. Don't want to lie to you, bro. Um, this does not have Vorpal in this slot, which is interesting. It also does not have auto loading holster. Also interesting. So that means that we can't use it for that damage swap rotation, or can we? Because as Envious Assassin, getting a kill with a different weapon and then swapping will refill this magazine, at least to one. You can actually get up to 3 if you get enough points worth of kills for this gun, which is nice. So um, just 3 extra damage shot, or 3 shots. Good. It has Danger Zone. I wouldn't use it because Mountaintop is this um, Harmony, which I think is really good on this thing because you're going to be getting kills because you're using Envious Assassin anyway. Pairs well with Harmony to give you 20% extra damage. 3 shots of 20% extra damage on whatever is good with a grenade launcher. That's just good. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Disruption Break, interesting, but I don't think you have anything really good to pair with it in the third column. You have Rampage, Adrenaline Junkie, whatever. Don't care. Demo, not using that. Volt Shot sounds really good if you take off Envious Assassin, because every shot you're gonna have to shoot again and reload and yada yada yada. But you gotta get the kill first, which is annoying if you're using this for utility with Disorient Grenades. So I would take that off and go Spike Nades. Remember this one is craftable. And then I would probably just use Field Prep just so I had more ammo to shoot at demands. So it does have a couple of different things to be used for. I think this is a C tier. It's our first C tier. I'm not really sure what's wrong with this thing. When I saw it, I was very excited. But now, I don't know. I don't even use it. It's not really worth my time. Wild Style. Now this is a disappointment. You get it from the Nightfall when it's in rotation, or if you already have the pattern. I guess it's pattern. If you've already collected it, if it's in collections, there we go. Then you can buy it again by talking to Zavala and having Ingram's special. It is solar and it's a um, Twin Fire, our second Twin Fire, which means it has the text balance stock. Nice. It also has the other Vanguard um, origin traits that suck, so just use text balance stock anyway, no matter what. Free reload speed, free handling. I just hit shooting from the hip and landing shots. Um, this thing is a big disappointment because, mainly, in my opinion, because it does not have auto loading holster. If this thing had auto loading holster, it would just be bananas regardless. Incandescent, I'm not using that on this. Doesn't make any sense to me. Permeability, I like that it's solar. I don't care. One for all, No, that's an add clear thing. Just use a wave frame, collective action, terrible trait. Attrition orbs, you have to hit so many times. This is probably the worst trait they put on here. And surrounded, this one could be good in very, very specific and niche situations where you are surrounded and you want to use this for damage. The problem is you have to use it that one time and then that's it. Keep away, what the fuck. Um, Enlightened action will take free reload speed, especially if you shoot from the hip. You get reload speed here, you get reload speed there. It'll normally be two, so just landing two hip fire shots on whatever the fuck will get you this much handling and this much reload speed. That's good no matter what. Stats raw, no, that's funny. Danger zone, use mountaintop. Envious assassin is useful, um, but you can only max out at 3 shots. Maybe you can use it to like get ready to unload for a boss, but that's the only thing that I see it being useful for. And I wish Unrelenting was Heal Clip. That would be better, in my opinion. This is a disappointment. Um, I guess it's not completely useless, so it's not a D tier, but it's definitely C tier because of its niche usage. Yeah, Undercurrent. Get it from Nightfall. It's a Nightfall reward. So when it's in rotation, or if you already have it in collections, you can acquire it from Zavala by giving him Ingrams and money. Is a wave frame. It's arc, and it has the typical Vanguard origin traits. Um, you just won't fold shots and let from gold. This is what you want. Okay, it's a wave frame, so it's already good at add clear. Fold shot helps it be better at add clear than it already is. The rest of these deal more damage, but we just want we want the to spread out the damage. We don't want just more damage. That's not necessary on this type of gun. You could settle for field prep for just more reload speed and more total ammo. Although I think lead from gold is better because once you get this thing, you're just gonna want to spam it over and over and over and over again. The rest of these traits don't matter. I think this is a easy A tier. Uh-oh, grabbed the wrong one. Easy A tier. It is better than Explosive Personality. It's better than Tusk of the Boar. I'm sorry, Lingering Dread. It's about the same as Tusk of the Boar. So I'll give it like low A. And then our final weapon. Hey, it's Forbearance again. Yeah. But this is the Into the Light, or the quote unquote gold Forbearance. Waveframe, you already know that. It's arc and it's special. Same trait as the other brave weapons. You want chain reaction and unrelenting because you no longer have the soul drinker origin trait, but now you basically replace that with a bootleg demolitionist. So you get ammo regeneration. I'm sorry, ammo regeneration. You get health regeneration, and you get insane add clear potential. That's really good. But that's the thing. That's just one trait combination on this thing because I think it'll be good in PvP as well because you have disruption break in the left column, which is really good. I don't think anybody's really talking about that. And then you can just use pretty much whatever the hell you want in this third column. I think Wellspring's probably the move. So if you actually do accidentally kill something, you'll get a benefit from it because just having extra add here, clear here, I don't think is the move. Um, Actually, you know what? Chain reaction is probably better. You can just do that. You can also get gold versions of these guns. I should have mentioned this at the top of the video, where you can get multiple. You can get 4 traits. So disruption break, unrelenting is probably the move here, in my opinion. Disruption break, unrelenting for all of your utility needs. Then chain reaction and any other trait here would be useful for extra shit that you would do with this gun. Wellspring's probably the best. So I guess Chain Reaction, Wellspring, Unrelenting, Disruption Break would be my god roll. This is easily an S tier. Um, I think it might even be better than the OG Forbearance, just because of the few trait changes. To keep this video short, because we're at 30 minutes now, I'm going to look real quick. Do I think anything needs to move? Um, I think New Pacific Epitaph is probably here. Tuscada Bora needs to go higher because it's just top slot forbearance. It does the same thing, just no hill. It's different utility, but regardless, Mountaintop I think needs to be the best, and then double forbearance, Tuscada Bora. Um, Salvo, is it really an S tier? Probably just top of A tier. Undercorn's good. Linear and grid. Yeah. I like it like this. So